What's going on? How you doing, everyone out there? You have to excuse me. I just want to talk to you guys today about same thing I always talk to you about. But I've really lost my energy. I've lost my will to go on, and I've lost my desire to help people because I'm constantly arguing with ignorant assholes or just regular everyday people, whatever you want to call them. But the average person who says cryptocurrency is a scam and all of these gold bugs who go on and on about how it's unbacked, it's like going to Vegas. Oh my God, the list is so long, it's hard to go through everything. But the consensus is that cryptocurrency is here today, gone tomorrow, and that it's a waste of time. It's going to go to zero, and everybody's a fool for participating in cryptocurrency, which is interesting that people tend to feel that way. It's interesting to me, at least, because I guess I'm the only one on the fucking planet that sees it as a alternative financial system that's being built alongside of the dying fiat system. Because in spite of the fact that gold bugs hate crypto, what people can't seem to see is that fiat is dying. The $200 trillion in debt that exists within our system is not sustainable. The system is designed to siphon money out of the poor people's pocket and put it into rich people's pockets. And the entire system is built on limited access and engineered scarcity so that there is a base to the pyramid. And the base of the pyramid supports the top, and all money siphons to the 1%. So what's funny to me is that people won't acknowledge that the dollar is dying. The purchasing power of the dollar is somewhere around 2% or 2 cents if you want to equate it based on 100 pennies. And people don't see that because the United States has a blank check and they're able to write their bills by printing new money. Everyone feels that they're exempt from hyperinflation. You know, if we were like a normal country, Zimbabwe would already be the United States, where hyperinflation is rampant, and we would be just the same as Venezuela. But Americans feel like they're exempt from hyperinflation when we don't have a GDP. All of the numbers are fudged. I mean, what is our biggest export? Porn and freaking recyclables. So we don't create a surplus. So how is the dollar sustainable? Without printing money, without having a blank check that's backed up by oil, being the Saudi agreement to sell all oil for dollars, the Petro agreement, and the world reserve currency status, meaning that anybody in the world that changes money from one format to another has to go through the United States dollar before they settle their money in the final transaction. So if not for those two items, what the hell would sustain the dollar? So the fact that people are ignorant to those two items, and then people feel like, oh, gold is the answer. Gold and silver is the currency of the future. When the average fuckface or asshole on the street has no clue what the fuck to do with gold. Ask the average person on the street how to get change for a gold coin or what to do with gold when you get it. And they'll have no fucking clue. There's a popular thing on YouTube where a guy gives people a choice between a chocolate bar and a gold bar, and the dumb assholes pick the chocolate bar. So people don't have a clue what the fuck to do with gold. And that's factual. Because I taught a class for a year about gold, and that was the number one question people asked. People came to the class to fight why they shouldn't buy gold. And after a year, I quit. So the frustration is I don't want to save people anymore. Only person I want to save is me. The purpose is I'm sick of people who are programmed to die with the dollar, giving them an alternative to say this is a separate system where safe haven money could find an escape. This system is outside of the cabal banking system, and guess what? It allows you a chance for wealth preservation. When your dollar can't buy a loaf of bread, you have an outlet in cryptocurrency where you can transfer value and still be able to eat. Ask people in Venezuela right now how they're still able to eat in the midst of hyperinflation. They are looking at the alternative system through decentralized assets as a survival mechanism. They're looking at it as an alternative way to still participate economically. Whereas Americans are looking at it as a scam and some sort of freaking NSA conspiracy. So it's very frustrating to try to encourage people to do something financially smart that could give them financial insurance, that could give them a hedge against inflation, that could give them an outlet to dollar devaluation. That part is the hardest part when it comes to cryptocurrency. And it's a frustrating uphill battle it's like bumping your head up against a freaking wall. And the wall that you're bumping up against is the stupid person on the other end of the fucking conversation. So why go through the heartache? Why go through the trouble of trying to convince somebody that cryptocurrency is a good idea, that decentralized assets allow individual empowerment? Why would you want to have a freaking Swiss bank account on your cell phone? That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard, right? That's what the fuck average people are saying. Why would I want to have a central bank on my phone when I can trust my bank and give me 1%? Yeah, that's what your bank is giving you, less than 1%. You have to ask them permission to access your money, and they have their best interests in mind, not yours. So you stick with your bank. You stick with paper devaluation. You turn down the personal management of becoming your own bank and having assets that you own, manage, and control. Having a worldwide decentralized system that's parallel to the financial system that's crashing. You turn it down continuously and you stay on that path of ignorance. Power to the ignoramus. Power to the ignoramus. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like people are so fucking stupid that they deserve to die with the dollar. You know, anything that can help you financially, you need to fucking use it. Cambridge is what can free you financially. And when I give Cambridge to people, they argue with, I've never heard of Cambridge. What are you talking about? Like, you fucking dumbass, that's what the super rich use to stay rich. It's never been available to common folks, and now that it is available to common folks, who are you to dispute it? Who are you to call it a scam? Bitcoin, Cambridge, scam. The biggest scam on the planet is the fractional reserve banking system. Those debt notes that enslave you is a Ponzi scheme. And it's the biggest Ponzi scheme that's ever been created because it siphons money out of the pockets of the average person. Inflation and taxation are your two biggest enemies that you cannot escape from, especially if you want to operate in fiat. Keep up with inflation with your raised 25 cents at McDonald's. Keep up with inflation in terms of the rising cost of bread in relation to the lowering salary that you get every year. Oh, keep with the standard solution, which is what? Get another job when there's only 12 hours in a day. So the first job ain't working. The other three will make up the difference in terms of more paper devaluation against inflation. People have no financial literacy, and then they argue with you in terms of giving them something, some sort of financial tool that they could use, that you could put in your tool belt and use to survive in the 21st century. Money hasn't died. Money has evolved. And the evolution of money in the 21st century is electronic assets. So all of these people are talking shit about, cryptocurrency ain't worth nothing. Well, you dumb fuck, 9 out of $10 are already digital. We already live in a digital world. Let them make a mistake on your bank statement. Call your bank, they'll edit the ledger, boom, it's fixed. The difference with cryptocurrency is the ledger is immutable. The ledger can't be edited. The ledger is sound recording with an open transparency. So it's a completely different system that involves a trustless transaction and doesn't require a third party. So there's no third party counter risk in crypto, whereas, like I said, with fiat currency, you are subject to the interests of the bank. And the bank doesn't have your best interests in mind. They could care less about you. They've proven that. So you're not winning when you stay in fiat. You're not winning with all of these proclamations towards real money. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. And then towards gold bugs, the biggest reason why we went off the fucking gold standard was because of the fact that honest accounting could not take place in the advent of war. So Nixon took us off the gold standard because he needed an unlimited printing press. He needed to be able to constantly create new money supply in relation to what they were trying to pay for in the war. So they're never going to fucking go back to honest money. Get your head out your ass. Realize what world you live in, and the 1% evil oligarchs that run this world have no desire for honest money, honest accounting, open transparency. That's not what they care about. And they're never going to go back to that. So gold will always be a preservation of wealth. The same way that you look at other tangible assets like land. But it will never become a medium of exchange for the items that I just mentioned. So people have to fucking include financial literacy in their repertoire. The same way you include Sunday football and whatever the fuck you watch on TV every night. You need to include financial literacy in your acquisition plan. You need to understand fractional reserve banking and how to navigate the system so that you can successfully survive the evolution of money. The greatest wealth transfer in history is taking place right now, and money's going to move either quickly towards you or quickly away from you. Now, the strategies that I teach involve passive income, meaning you don't have to fucking recruit 10,000 people to be on your team and make money off of all 10,000 people in order for you to fucking survive. It doesn't involve that. It involves you doing something smart for you. I don't have to tell nobody shit. And I can effectively utilize the financial tools that's in front of me so that I can position myself heavily in assets and make those assets work smart for me. My assets have a job. Their job is to preserve my wealth and multiply in my behalf. I have gold, I have silver, I have chemistry, I have cryptocurrency. Those assets work as a financial toolkit. And that's the key. Utilizing a financial toolkit for success in the 21st century. Now, yes, everybody complains about me and talks about how I go too ham. You go too hard in your videos and you're so unprofessional with your language. You know what? Your sensibility and your feelings is not my concern. My suggestion is you stop watching my videos, because the concept was to give someone a tool that works. F the rhetoric, F the golden box, F the pretty little packaging, and all of the lies that people sell you or hype that people sell you with no real foundation. The idea was to give you financial tools that work and allow you to succeed. Nothing else. Nothing beyond that. And I don't make money off of you. I never made a fucking dime off of any of you guys. In the 3 years that I've been making videos, what I've done is use my own damn advice, and that's what's made me the amount of money that I've made.